nights, Tuesday nights, Facebook record sale. When you're on and watching, welcome. We have a big show in store for you. As always, I'm actually on my phone right now and people are buying stuff in the group as I speak. Cameron Nance just bought a Home Alone. So, let me get everything pulled up. I didn't post this to our story last time. Let me do that this time. Let me share that link. Do that over here on the gram. Let's see here. Where's the hot picture? There it is. Well, I don't want to make a post. Story. There we go. Somebody's pulled up into the parking lot. All right, so welcome everybody. I'm kind of babbling right now as I get everything pulled up. Live now. All right, let me get this. Okay, now let me go over here to Restream. Tanner, I did get those labels ordered, by the way. That was the last thing that was pulled up on my Chrome. All right, we're good to go now. Let's start off with new vinyl. As always, I got to get right into it because last night we had seven. Well, one of those are condensed. We had 7 crates counting the Japanese stuff. We had 7 crates left over from last night that we never did get to. And he's priced 4 more. So all of a sudden we got one of these big backlogs of showing records, which I don't have a problem with. And then last night I put in one of the larger big orders of vinyl I have in a long time. Huge orders. All in stock too. I just wasn't back ordering stuff. I'm talking about stuff that will ship this week. So if you like new vinyl, probably number Thursday. I was reading Cameron's comment. Tennessee is number 1. Probably Thursday or Friday, we're going to have some huge orders of new vinyl. The Great White Sale last night. It did. I'm hoping to win the $1 billion lottery so I can afford some of the old school stuff. I hope you do too, because if you win $1 billion, you'll be buying a bunch of records from me. Whitney says, I'm ready to blow this paycheck again. I don't consider it blowing it. You're investing it, okay? You're investing it. Yes, we got some Atlanta stuff. We've got Memphis stuff. We've got new vinyl. We got premium auctions, and I'm going to try to get to this Japanese stuff if I can. So, all right, so first thing is Counting Crows, Unplugged, and Rare, the acoustic broadcast. We actually had a wait list for this. Troy Robinson, it's been a while, but we had a back order of 2 of these for you. Thank you, Seth. Seth gave me my anti-fatigue mat to stand on. Thank you. I feel so much better. Counting Crows Unplugged is $34.99. Now, by the way, this is an unofficial technically. What's weird, though, is some of these unofficials, I'm starting to see Discogs allow some of them. I was researching some from a couple of these collections we've got in, and some of them are on there where you can buy them now. I don't really, but this is a Parachute. If y'all know this company, these come from a major distributor of ours, and they're usually really good quality. So that is the Counting Crows Unplugged and Rare, the acoustic broadcast. Cameron Nance wants one. And like I just said, Troy Robinson, I have 2 of you down for 2. I've got you down for 2. I've also got 3 or 2 phones over here and a monitor, and I'm texting somebody. We got to go back to Atlanta tomorrow, and I'm texting him, and I'm watching the comments. Let's see. I'm a UG, and I took UT +9, hoping for the best of both worlds. Counting Crows, I've got 2 of those left. Counting Crows is $34.99. I've got 2 of those left. Alanis Morissette. This is actually a Walmart crystal clear vinyl exclusive, $29.99. Alanis Morissette. We usually have these in stock on black vinyl, and they're $29.99. This is clear vinyl, which is a Walmart exclusive. Now it's a Coletco exclusive, $29.99. A random restock of The Best of Sam Cooke, and this is one of his more popular compilations. This is like an exact reissue of The Best of Sam Cooke, which is Bring It On Home, Having a Party, You Send Me, Cupid, Twisting the Night Away, you know, Chain Gang, all of his big hits. $26.99 for The Best of Sam Cooke. Dr. Dre, 2001. I think I'd sold out of all these, and I couldn't remember, and I couldn't find them, so I went ahead and just ordered one. But this came back in stock a couple weeks ago, and for the longest, they were out of stock for like 2 years. And Dr. Dre 2001, that's 2 LPs, $36.99. Chris Crowley wants a Sam Cooke. Craig, I see your YouTube test. I see your YouTube test. Beck Odelay, $33.99 for Beck Odelay. And we have Black Sabbath Paranoid. This is a standard edition, Black Sabbath Paranoid. That is $29.99. Black Sabbath Paranoid, $29.99. Aaron Gardner wants Dr. Dre. Yeah, those were out of stock forever. To be such a big and popular album with all those hits on it, glad to see that back on vinyl. We've sold, I think I had 2 or 3 left, and they're all gone, so I guess we sold them here in the store. I don't really keep up with what sells here in the store. I actually have no idea what we sell here in the store. So, Eric Harrigan wants Black Sabbath. Eric, are you a first-time buyer with us? You may be. I'm not recognizing your name, or it doesn't seem familiar with me. So if you are, I'll give you first-time buyer instructions, but I'll make sure you're not a first-time buyer, or I'll make sure you are before I do that. And Post Malone, Beer Bongs and Bentleys. And this is, by the way, on clear vinyl. We had a restock of these before, and I think last week we sold a couple of them, and I wanted to confirm, but yes, this is Post Malone. That is on clear vinyl, by the way, $46.99. Eric says he has bought once before on Facebook. Okay, good. Well, if you're in our inbox, if you have bought from us before, that means you will be back. You will be in our system, and we will invoice you on Monday. Now, this next record, I saw where they came back in stock, but I didn't think I had it back ordered anywhere. We only have one of them. It's Billy Squier. They're $54.99. And by the way, the reason it's $54.99 is this is the 100% from Intervention Records, the 100% analog mastering from Kevin Gray. It's an ultra-quiet, high-quality vinyl gatefold pressed at RTI. Billy Squier, Don't Say No. That's $54.99. I only have one of them, and for some reason that's all that I had ordered because I think I wanted to make sure it was the correct version. But this is a very popular pressing. It's all analog, and it's top quality. But Billy Squier, that is $54.99. I only have one. I think it's where I can get more, but I hadn't checked because this was back ordered from so long ago. If anybody wants on a waiting list for one of these, you need to get it. Like reviews, they say it's one of the greatest sounding. I mean, it's up there in like, I don't know, probably a lot of people's top 100, maybe even top 50. So Billy Squier, Don't Say No. That's $54.99. Jerry Stone gets that one. Chris Crowley, we'll put him on the wait list, and Grant Peltzer. If anybody else wants on that waiting list, we may not get them for a month. They may be here this week. We may not get them for another 8 months. But if you want on that waiting list, just let me know. I got Chris Crowley, Grant Peltzer, and Dakota right now. Legend, The Best of Bob Marley. This is the 2 LP version that's on the tricolored vinyl. There was a small waiting list for that, which is Troy Robinson and Greg Rogers. 2 people on that one. That's Troy Robinson and Greg Rogers. Cameron says I'll also take a Billy Squier waiting list. I got one Bob Marley. Steve Botsford wants that. We've been selling the heck out of these. I actually just ordered more last night. If you missed what I said earlier, I put in some of the biggest new vinyl orders I had in a long time. I didn't realize how much I was really out of stock of. I mean, we do all these sales and 20% off, and our inventory really reduces. But so I went ahead and restocked some stuff we hadn't had in a long time, and some stuff that we sold out of. And I said, well, I'll never order that again, or won't order that for a while. And I know we have a lot of new buyers. So we got some new stuff coming back in. This is the deluxe edition. This is the 3rd version of this I've had in the last couple weeks. This is Black Sabbath's first album. $39.99. It's kind of like the Paranoid we've been having. This has alternate versions, and outtakes. And this is $39.99. So we had a restock recently, the Black Sabbath Deluxe. This is Black Sabbath Paranoid. This is Black Sabbath self-titled, $39.99. $39.99. Black Sabbath self-titled. Now, I'm going to pause there because the next record is also Black Sabbath, and I don't want any confusion in the comments. So, in the meantime, let me go ahead and get a couple auctions rolling. Let's see what we got over here. I've got our first auction of the night, which is Def Leppard Hysteria. Really nice copy. This is a US OG. The cover's in shrink wrap. Really nice. Original price tag on it. We have the original inner sleeve. And the vinyl is immaculate. Near mint minus vinyl. This is Def Leppard Hysteria. Really top copy. $75 start. I think there's been a couple people ask about those recently. Here's your chance. Def Leppard Hysteria. That is now up for auction. $75 start. Okay, this Black Sabbath album is $44.99. This has been out of stock forever. I can't remember when I had them back ordered originally, probably 2 or 3 years ago. Black Sabbath Past Lives, which is pretty much a compilation. Tomorrow's Dream, Sweet Leaf, Killing Yourself to Live. There's some songs from Volume 4. There's some stuff from Paranoid, Hand of Doom, Iron Man, stuff from their first album. So yeah, this is an excellent Black Sabbath compilation. Pretty much, they don't really print. There's another Black Sabbath, We Sold Our Soul for Rock and Roll. I've seen a Walmart exclusive of that recently, but it's not really in print where we can order it. So, yeah. But yes, it's all live. Past Lives, it is live. I guess I should make that aware. It's a live compilation, hence the name. I guess I didn't make that point clear. But yes, Black Sabbath Past Lives. This is $44.99. Black Sabbath Past Lives, $44.99. Okay, Grant Peltzer's at $75 on the Def Leppard Hysteria. Grant's at $75 on Def Leppard Hysteria. That's going once, going twice to him. Tracy McFadden wants a Black Sabbath, and so does Cameron Nance. But yeah, Black Sabbath Past Lives. These, I hadn't seen those in a long time. Those are $44.99. And we have Motown Christmas #1s. This is actually a Target exclusive. 2LP, translucent red and green. This is all Motown Christmas #1s. And that is $29.99. Motown Christmas #1. So, if you missed it earlier, or if you just hopping on, this is now going twice, going 3 times. This is a Def Leppard Hysteria. Near mint copy and shrink wrap, original inner sleeve. Grant has that for $75. Going twice, going 3 times. Arm Lazelle's now at $80. Arm Lazelle's now at $80. John Sheehan wants a Sabbath Past Lives. I ordered several of those because, like I said, doesn't come around too often. Arm's at $80 on that, and Brent Rabley wants a Motown Christmas #1s. I've never had that before. So does Troy Robinson. But yeah, Def Leppard's now at $80. Def Leppard's now at $80. I've got something here that's also a lot of people ask about. This is called Second Generation Bluegrass, which is an album with Keith Whitley and Ricky Skaggs. It's in shrink wrap, Rebel label. This is near mint minus, and it's in shrink wrap. And this is a $25 start. Second Generation Bluegrass, Keith Whitley, Ricky Skaggs. That's a $25 start. Grant Peltzer's at $85 on Def Leppard. Arm Lazelle's at $90. And Keith said, I'll take a Black Sabbath Paranoid. That is this right here. Okay, let's go back through this crate. This is our only crate of new vinyl. Our only crate of new vinyl for tonight. And then we're going to get into pretty much vintage for the rest of the night. I do have one crate to recap, I think, from like late last week that kind of got overlooked. Did I miss anything there? Black Sabbath, Def Leppard 90, Keith Whitley 25, Keith Whitley 25, Keith Whitley 25, Def Leppard 90. So we're at 30 on the Keith Whitley, and Def Leppard's 95. This is Counting Crows, Unplugged and Rare. I have 2 of those left. The Counting Crows, Unplugged and Rare, $34.99, 2 of those. The Alanis Morissette is still available, $29.99 for Alanis Morissette, Jagged Little Pill. That's on the clear vinyl. Beck Odelay, our only copy, $33.99. Post Malone is $46.99. And then Black Sabbath, self-titled. This is an expanded deluxe edition. It's 2 LPs. The original album and then all the bonus tracks as well. That is $39.99. And then the Black Sabbath Past Lives, which is a live compilation that's been out of print forever. It looks like a unofficial at first, but this is a real Black Sabbath release, and that's $44.99. Okay, Def Leppard 100, 105, 110, 115, and the Keith Whitley's at 40. Anybody else on anything in there? We're about to start our first grade. So we got to a lot of stuff last night. Sherry Darnell wants to Post Malone. We got to a lot of stuff last night, and we also had a lot left over. And then we've got new stuff. Sherry, that's yours. We got new stuff to get to as well. So let me find, what crate should I go through first, Tanner? This is like, these are tough decisions. Let me see what's in this one. Let's see here. Yeah, we'll go through this one. We'll go through this one. All right. Okay, R.M. Mazel, let's see, 120, Grand Salt, Mr. Def Leppard, What Is Again, and Troy Parker's at 45 on Keith Whitley. Here's our first 2 auctions of the night. The Keith Whitley, Ricky Skaggs, Second Generation Bluegrass, really nice copy in shrink wrap. Troy Parker is at $45 on that. Troy Parker's at $45 on that. And we have a near mint minus copy of Def Leppard Hysteria. That's in shrink wrap. Original inner sleeve, really top copy. R.M. Lazelle's at 120 on that. Def Leppard Hysteria. 120 and 45 on Keith Whitley. Those are both going once, going twice. First bin of new vintage arrivals for tonight. First bin of new vintage arrivals for tonight. Ice House, Measure for Measure. And that is $14.99 in shrink wrap. NXS, The Swing. That's an OG copy. We had some blue Rocktober exclusives. That's $29.99. Traffic, The Low Spark of High-Heeled Boys. $19.99 for Traffic. Has the die-cut, oddly shaped cover. The Dinner soundtrack or the Diner soundtrack. I think that's Diner. That is the Diner soundtrack. 2 LP, $29.99. Jerry Lee Lewis, Dion, Heartbeats, Eddie Cochran, Carl Perkins, The Fleetwoods, Elvis Presley's on there. R.M. Lazelle first on Ice House, and Fred Wink first on Traffic. So Diner soundtrack and NXS. Final call on Def Leppard, 120, R.M. Lazelle. Really nice copy on that. And Troy Parker, final, he has Keith Whitley for $45, and the Ricky Skaggs Bluegrass album, final call on that, $45. 120 and 45, going twice, going 3 times. Chet Atkins, the most popular guitar, $14.99. Miami Vice soundtrack, $19.99. It's always worth noting because so many people ask if we have this song on vinyl, and the album doesn't come. It comes through, but it's always an instant seller. But great soundtrack, Glenn Frey, Shaka Khan. But In the Air Tonight, Phil Collins, $19.99. Mary Poppins, Walt Disney's Mary Poppins, $19.99. Julie Andrews, Dick Van Dyke. Saturday Night Fever soundtrack, also $19.99. And The River soundtrack. We've had those before, $19.99. Bonnie and Clyde, original motion picture score. It's also $19.99. And Sinatra Sings of Love and Things. Sinatra Sings of Love and Things. I don't know if I've had this one before. If I do, if I did, I don't recall it. 14. Look, Fred Goodwin. From the Fred Goodwin collection. He bought this August 18th, 1965. It was a Wednesday. Frank Sinatra's, $14.99. R.M. Lazelle on Miami Vice. That's R.M. Lazelle's. Let's go ahead and end our first 2 auctions. Speaking of R.M. Lazelle, he gets the Def Leppard for $120, and the Keith Whitley Ricky Skaggs is sold for $45 to Troy Parker. Those are both sold and sold. I got to have my crate handy for new arrivals. I'll just go ahead and put this up while it's over here. A really nice copy, Japanese pressing, of the Scorpions Blackout. Scorpions Blackout. Japanese pressing. Japanese quality, pristine. Original Japanese insert. Really cool. Has some posters and art. Picture of the band there. Scorpions Blackout. This is a $65 start. Scorpions Blackout. That's a really nice copy of that. I like the OB on it too. $65 start on that. And I'm going to have to find my other crate from last night. Let's see. Yeah, so also we've got, we went through and pulled a crate of stuff that we found when we were in the back pulling stuff. We were in the back pulling stuff for 50% off, which we're going to have to do at some point tonight or at some point this week. First, let me pull a couple of these records. Tom Ulanowski wants Sinatra. Chad, you still have Beatles Revolver in stock? If so, how much? They'll be here either for Thursday or Friday show. They're $36.99. And Scott Williams is at $65 on the Scorpions. But what I was saying is we went through all the records in the back, maybe not necessarily in crates, but maybe in our bins, maybe some crates. And we pulled out everything that was $50 and up, taking the high end to put in the high end bin. And we found some really good records like this, which I knew we've got at least one more of these in the back that we hadn't put out. But I didn't know we had this, that it didn't sell. I was kind of surprised that we had this. But this is Tracy Chapman, self-titled, and we need an $80 start for that. Tracy Chapman, self-titled, $80 start for that. Scott Williams is at $65 on the Scorpions. We do have a bid on this. We have a Japanese press of Scorpions Blackout. Scott Williams is at $65, and we need an $80 start for Tracy Chapman. The best of Chet Atkins and Friends, that's $14.99. Nazareth, No Mean City, that is $19.99. Foreigner, Inside Information, $19.99. So that crate that we found of all that $50 and up stuff, I'm going to take it and mix it in tonight, and I'm going to slash the prices and put them up for auction. And hopefully we can sell most of that crate. Crosby, Stills & Nash Allies, that is $19.99. Blue Oyster Cult, Agents of Fortune, $24.99. Don't Fear the Reaper. Rant and Rave, The Stray Cats is $19.99. And we have Men at Work Cargo, $24.99. Let's see. So final call on the Scorpions Blackout. Scott Williams is at $65, I believe. Yep, Scott Williams, you have that at opening bid, going twice, going three times. And I've got two bids on Tracy Chapman. Cameron Nance was first at $80. Daniel Campbell, you were second. So Cameron has that for $80, going once, going twice. Everyone else is out. The Vols are number one. Never thought I'd live to see today. Do you have I do. Kiss, Carnival Souls. These are $31.99. I do have that in stock. I have 5 copies left. Kiss, Carnival of Souls, the final sessions, which if I wanted to order more right now, I couldn't. Those are $33.99 if Trey wants one or anybody else. Kathy Amos takes the Blue Oyster Cult. That's sold to Kathy. Agents of Fortune. Really good stuff in here tonight. We have to go back through this crate. Men at Work, Business as Usual, in shrink wrap with hype sticker, $24.99. And The Police, Zenyatta Mondada. The Police is $24.99. And Deep Purple in Concert, that is $39.99. Gold stamp promo. Tim Harper wants a kiss. So does Greg Preston and Trey Mendenhall. Tanner, those are all supposed to be $33. Let me see how many of those I've got. That one's got a different price on it. They're all supposed to be $33.99. How many more of those do we have? I've got 3 more in here, I think. Yep. So there's one for Tim Harper. Yeah, that one's $33.99. That's the right price on those. $33.99 Tim Harper. Greg Preston gets one. So Greg, I've got you one. I've got Tim Harper, and then there's Trey's. I've got 1 copy left. Kiss, the Carnival of Souls, the final sessions. That's $33.99. Greg Preston on SC. SC was Stray Cats, Greg. Is that right? That sold to Greg Rogers. Japanese Tonight. Yes, we do have some Japanese Tonight. And great deal on the police. I know, we auctioned off a police last night for almost $50. That is $24.99. Somebody also asked about Andy. Do you have any Andy Van Warmer? Not that I can go straight to it. Tim wanted a kiss. Tim did want a kiss. And Scott Williams wants a kiss too. Scott Williams gets a kiss. And I'm going to put the stray cats there, Tanner. I didn't know I had two piles going. And then there's Scott Williams' kiss. And Scott Williams also gets the Scorpion, $65. $65. Also, Tracy Chapman is on a final call. Cameron Nance has this for $80. Whoever bid, wow, Freddie just bid $70. I just ended it. Man, sorry, Freddie. Tracy Chapman is at $80 with Cameron Nance. That's going twice, going 3 times. Freddie, I just sold the Scorpions to Scott for $65. Great Moments of Comedy with Phyllis Diller. That is $14.99. In Excess, Listen Like Thieves, $29.99. And Joe Walsh, Got Any Gum? That is $19.99. Loretta Lynn, Alone With You, is $9.99. And Tony Bennett, Long Ago. Tony Bennett, $14.99. Matt bid $75 on the Scorpions. I wish y'all would have bid about 10 minutes ago. We'd still be bidding on it, but that record is already sold. Next auction. Here's something else we found in the back. I was like, how in the world did this not originally sell? But guess what? I'm going to slash the price, and I know it's going to sell now. This is an exceptionally nice copy of Black Sabbath Mob Rules. I was like, how in the world? I mean, vinyl is near mint minus. Ronnie James Dio's second Black Sabbath album. Really nice OG copy. And we need a $45 start for that. Black Sabbath Mob Rules. So some of these auctions right here, some stuff we found in the back that did not sell originally. We're cutting prices and putting them for auction. Tracy Chapman is gone. Cameron Nance, $80. And then Sean Foxbower got Loretta Lynn. Sean Foxbower got Loretta Lynn. Let me pull that for Sean Foxbower. Kathy was second. David Tate, you were third. I'll be down Thanksgiving weekend. Okay, we will check our country section. We have so much country in the back. A lot of it we don't even put out. We kind of stockpile it, and then we get to it eventually, but a lot of country comes through here. Blue Oyster Cult, Cultosaurus erectus, $19.99 for Blue Oyster Cult, and Blue Oyster Cult Club Ninja, $19.99. 2 Blue Oyster Cult albums there. Where's my cousin Bud? I think he's been looking for a copy of Club Ninja. He probably would be upset if he knew I was selling that right now for $19.99. Let me find my bin of auction records. Aha, and the stuff I had on Facebook for tonight. Oh yeah, this is the crate I was looking for. This is stuff we didn't get to last night. Okay, so Black Sabbath, 45, 45, 45. I think like 5 people are at 45. Jamie Butler, you were first to BOC. Let me know if you want Cultosaurus erectus or if you want Club Ninja. You can take both of them. And Randy Scarborough was next. He wants both. And Scott Smith wants Club. So these are all definitely sold. It's going to be up to Jamie to see which one he wants. Freddie Milford is at 50 on the Black Sabbath Mob Rules. Freddie's at 50. Freddie's at 50 on Black Sabbath Mob Rules. High bid on that really nice copy. Cameron Nance got Tracy Chapman. Yeah, let me make sure. Okay, yeah. All right, so Jamie just wants Cultosaurus erectus. So that one right there is Jamie's. This one is sold to Randy Scarborough. That one sold to Randy Scarborough, which is Club Ninja. Next auction. This is a 2010 pressing of REM Chronic Town. They just did an anniversary release of this. They just did an anniversary, but they did it on a picture disc. They didn't press it on vinyl. This is a 2010 repress, IRS label, REM Chronic Town, $25 start. So technically, this record is not in print right now. They still got the picture disc, but they don't have the black vinyl. Hadn't been pressed probably since 2010. It's been a while. It's been a long time. REM Chronic Town, $25 start. I had that on the Facebook hot post today. And then Freddie, I see where you put Black Sabbath. I'm assuming that's just what you're bidding on here. Freddie's at 50 on Mob Rules, and that's going once, going twice to him. Brian Setzer, The Knife Feels Like Justice. That is $19.99 in shrink wrap. Aerosmith, Not in the Ruts is $24.99. Aerosmith Rocks is $24.99. And Accept. Accept is called what? It may be self-titled. Wow, that's really nice. $29.99 for Accept. I think that's their self-titled album. Tommy Flowers on Brian Setzer. Tommy Flowers gets Brian Setzer. We've got the best of Glenn Campbell, Rhinestone Cowboy, Gentle My Mind, Wichita Lineman. That is $9.99. Close to the Edge, yes, that appears to be really nice. Let's see if it's OG. It is really nice. $19.99 for that. Charlie DeFrank is at $25 on REM. Final Call on Black Sabbath. That is $50. Going twice, going 3 times to Freddie Milford. We do have a bid on REM. That's Charlie DeFrank. $25. That's going once, going twice. Fred said Scorpions GC. What was that? Triumph. Just a Game. Triumph is $19.99. The Kinks, Kink Size, $34.99. John says this is a repress. It is. Tan label. It's really nice, though. If you're looking for an original copy of that, or if you're looking for a vintage copy of that, that will suffice. That is $34.99. Wow, there's a lot of comments. I think there's a slight lag tonight, more than normal, because everybody's comes in. I'm going to have to give auctions a little extra time because things are coming in like 10 seconds later than they should. Let's see. I've got Greg Rogers on Aerosmith. Yeah, Greg Rogers on Aerosmith. Greg, there was 2 Aerosmith albums. There was Rocks and Not in the Ruts. You've got dibs on both of those, Greg. You'll have to let me know which one you want. And then after that was Fred on GC. Was there a Scorpions album in here I overlooked? I don't think so. And then Fred put GC. That was maybe Glenn Campbell. Yeah, Glenn Campbell. Earlier he put Scorpions GC, but maybe that was pre-typed or something. But yeah, Fred gets Glenn Campbell. Stephanie, you were second. Robert Johnson's at 30 on REM. Calvin Ward is on Triumph. Calvin Ward is first on Triumph. Guy Goodman takes the Kinks. Guy Goodman takes the Kinks. Dwayne Sevilla on Accept. And Robert Johnson, you were second to Triumph. Fred, I've got you down for Glenn Campbell. Bob, you were third on Triumph. Let's see. How much was Accept? It's already sold. Did I miss a Joe Walsh? There is one Joe Walsh left, and that is Got Any Gum, $19.99. We can go ahead and sell Freddie. Black Sabbath Mob Rules. That is $50. Freddie, that's yours for $50. Mob Rules. High bid on REM Chronic Town right now. High bid on that is $30 with Robert Johnson. That's a 2010 pressing. Robert Johnson has that for $30. Never mind, Charlie's at $35. And Mike Cochran wants Close to the Edge. Mike Cochran wants Close to the Edge. And we're still waiting to see which 2 of the Aerosmith Greg's want. Greg, let me know if you want Night in the Ruts or Rocks. I'll slip those right back in there. Manfred Mann's Earth Band, Chance, $14.99. He wants Night in the Ruts. That is sold to Greg Rogers. Also, can we get the air conditioning churning in here? I feel like I'm in a sauna again. Phyllis Diller Laughs, $14.99. As Seen on TV, Today's Gold. This is a Stacy Metternich comp, is what we call them nowadays, $14.99. Orson Welles' War of the Worlds, $24.99. We also have the Rhino Brothers presents The World's Worst Records, $24.99. It even has a bag taped to the back of it, $24.99. The World's Worst Records. Billy Joe 52nd Street is $14.99. And Dream with Dean Martin, $9.99. Charlie DeFrank, Robert Johnson is back in on REM at $36. And I've got more auctions to put up. How about, well, let's just go ahead and get it out of the way. There'll be some people waiting on it. Rat, Out of the Cellar. I don't think we've had a Rat album that we have not auctioned. And for some reason, we've hit a good streak of finding these in really good condition. I mean, this is generally an album. I can remember within the year, we've sold a lot of VG and VG Plus. We've been fortunate to have some really nice copies of this. Rat is a $40 start out of the cellar. Rat's a $40 start out of the cellar. Tyler Browning's at 37 on REM. So was Charlie DeFrank. Greg Rogers says he will take the other Aerosmith as well. So Rox is sold as him as well. Robert Johnson's at 40 on REM. Sean is at 50 on Rat. And Gavin said he will take the Dean Martin. Sell that to Gavin. Genesis Live. Genesis Live, $24.99. Let's check the label on this one. Famous Charisma label, $24.99. Genesis. The best of Chet Atkins is $14.99. From Nashville with Love, Chet Atkins, $9.99. Willie Nelson and Chris Christopherson. Music from Songwriter, $14.99. And Merle Haggard and Willie Nelson, Poncho and Lefty. So Merle and Willie and Chris Christopherson and Willie, both $14.99. Rat, we have 50, 55 now with Ron Phillips, and REM is at 42. All right, let's go back through this crate. I'm just going to read titles. There's some like no-brainers still left in here, so make sure you're awake and your fingers are working. You might want to like pop your knuckles, make sure you know how to operate your thumbs, or if you're typing on a keyboard. Kathy said she will take the Poncho and Lefty. That's sold to Kathy Amos. Sean is at 56 on Rat, and we have 42 on REM. So 42 is going once, going twice, and 56 is where we're at on Rat. If you want prices, just let me know. In Excess, The Swing, Diner soundtrack, the most popular guitar, Chet Atkins, Mary Poppins, Saturday Night Fever, The River, Bonnie and Clyde, the best of Chet Atkins and Friends, Nazareth, No Mean City, Foreigner, Inside Information, Allies, Crosby, Stills and Nash, Men at Work, Cargo, Men at Work, Business as Usual, In Shrink Wrap with Hype Sticker, has Who Can It Be Now, Down Under, and Be Good Johnny. The Police and Yetta Mondada, really surprised that's still there. Deep Purple in Concert, that's a gold stamp promo. Great Moments of Comedy, Phyllis Diller. Rat, Fred Wink is at $60. Looks like a couple people's out. $56 on that, going once, going twice. Tyler Browning is at 42 on REM. That's going twice, going three times. Going twice, going three times now on REM. First question was Naz price. Nazareth, No Mean City was $19.99. Mike McGinnis, The Police, was $24.99, and I think Foreigner was also $19.99. Yes, Foreigner's also $19.99 on that. Okay, so new bidder on Rat, Tabitha Wooden's at $65, and I'm about to sell REM. I'm about to sell REM. Alan Jonathan said he is sold on Nazareth. Sell that to Alan Jonathan. Michael Massey's going to take the Foreigner, and that leaves Mike McGinnis. Yeah, Mike McGinnis, you've got dibs on Police. If you're passing, it looks like Mark Fallon. Never mind, Mike says I'll take it. So Mike gets the Police. Chris Wood Sr., Deep Purple is a gold stamp promo, $39.99. Really nice copy of that. $39.99. Chris just asked, and so did Fred and Greg. Cargo, Men at Work Cargo is $14.99. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and sell REM. We have a lot of auctions still to get to. So REM is sold for $42 to Tyler Browning. And now a going twice, going three times is Rat. Tabitha Wooden, Tim Harper. $65 Rat out of the cellar. That's now going twice, going three times on Rat out of the cellar. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do this. Billy Idol, Rebel Yell, original inner sleeve. Near mint minus vinyl, $25 start. Billy Idol, Rebel Yell, in shrink wrap, really nice copy, $25 start on that. Final call on Rat. Greg Rogers says he will take Cargo. Sell that to Greg Rogers. And Chris says I'll pass on Deep Purple. So Fred, if you want Deep Purple, it's yours for the taking. In Excess, Listen Like Thieves. Joe Walsh, Got Any Gum? Tony Bennett, Long Ago. If you want any prices on these, let me know. This is just a recap. Manfred Mann's Earth Band. Chance. Phyllis Diller, Laughs. As seen on today's TV Go. This is a compilation with Carole King, Blood, Sweat, and Tears, Sly and the Family Stone, The Who, Mac Davis, Mama Cost, Chi Coltrane, Looking Glass, Does it have Brandy on it? It has to be. That's their only... No, it's called Jeannie Lynn. I was like, what other song could it be in? But that was kind of a hit for them too. War of the Worlds, Orson Welles. The World's Worst Records compilation. Billy Joe 52nd Street. Genesis Live, The Best of Chet Atkins. From Nashville with Love, Chet Atkins. And Willie and Chris Christopherson, songwriter. All right, let's go ahead and sell Rap to Tim Harper for $65. Billy Idol. Here's the bids. 25, 25, 25, 30. 35, 25, 27, 30. 30, 35. So we already had a 35, and that was with Chuck Wilson. That's Vamp on YouTube. Chuck Wilson's at $35. Randy Scarborough, that would put you in second at 35. Got Any Gum price. Greg Hagewood's back at 37. Got Any Gum was the Joe Walsh, and it was $19.99. $19.99. These are all really nice, by the way. If you're curious about any condition on anything, I can show them to you in great detail. But these are all extremely, extremely nice. Extremely nice, Seth. Okay? Extremely nice. Let me go grab another crate. Still bidding on Billy Idol. I'm about to put up another auction as soon as I grab another crate. I think that's a recap. Let me go through this one. Yeah, that's a condensed crate down there. I think I've already been through this one. We've been auctioning all the Colt. There's a Colt, so let me pull that out. And all those out. Okay, I think we're good to go now. There's probably a couple other things in here I can auction, but kind of your benefit. Both, you're going to get them at sticker price. And second, well, I guess that's the big benefit. You don't have to worry about bidding on them. Billy Idol is at $40. Brandon Jackson said he'll take the Joe Walsh. Men price, the minute work that's left in there is $24.99. It's a near mint copy in shrink wrap and hype sticker. War of the Worlds was also $24.99. Let me double check that. Yeah, it's also $24.99. And we got two people at $40. And I need to put up another auction. Man, this is nice. Rush, All the World's a Stage. Really nice copy of this. Cover too. That'd be a double album. Almost no signs of ring wear. Really strong spine too. I don't know if y'all can get a good look at that. Really strong spine. Rush, All the World's a Stage. $45 start. Rush, All the World's a Stage. 2 LP live album from Rush. So Chuck Wilson was in first at 40 on Billy Idol. Randy Scarborough, you were second. Floyd, $24.99 for War of the Worlds. Do you have any Downward Spiral? I think we auctioned one off the other night, Tracy, but I really can't remember. Can I do a special guest auction segment next time I visit Tennessee? I'll bring the monster. I've had some people want to do like, I've had some people say, I'll just show up and help you tag records. I want to see what it's like to do one of these sales. And I'm like, sure, you can come help. Free labor. But we're here a long time, by the way. So some people, I'm like, are you sure you want to be here to like 1 a.m.? A Portrait of Ray Charles, $19.99. Elton John, Rock of the Westies, $19.99. Elton John, Breaking Hearts, that's in shrink wrap with hype stickers. Sad songs say so much. That's $19.99. REO Speedwagon, that's one we don't get as often. This one is actually called This Time We Mean It. This Time We Mean It. That is a nice copy, $24.99. Elton John, Captain Fantastic. This has all the inserts with it. All of the inserts, the poster, the booklet, and I think there's something else technically with it. That is just $34.99. John Cougar Mellencamp, Lonesome Jubilee, $19.99. The Beach Boys, 20 Golden Greats, $19.99. Uriah Heep Equator is $19.99. And U2, The Unforgettable Fire. This crate's off to a good start. $34.99. Let me get everybody updated on the Billy Idol. Rush. Billy 41. Billy 45. Randy says he's out. Chuck Wilson, has Billy Idol for 45, Rebel Yell. That's going twice, going 3 times to Chuck Wilson. High bid on Rush right now. Calvin Ward is at $55 on Rush. Calvin Ward is at $55 on Rush, and that's going once, going twice. Fred Wink on Uriah Heep. Everything else in that bin is available as of right now. Twisted Sister, Love is for Suckers. Twisted Sister is $26.99. It's a Beautiful Day. That is $19.99. Nazareth, Malice in Wonderland, $19.99. Nazareth Playing the Game is $19.99. Nazareth 2XS, that's in shrink wrap with hop sticker, $19.99. Mr. Welcome to the Real World, $34.99. Final call on Billy Idol, $45. Final call on Rush, $55. Tabitha Wooden, first to Twisted Sister, TS. Greg Rogers on Elton John. Greg, I'm assuming you want Captain Fantastic, but I don't need to assume because there's also Breaking Hearts and Rock of the Westies. You have dibs on any of those you want. Jimmy, you were second on Twisted Sister. Steve Howe is in on Rush at 60. R. Mozelle says he's out. So high bid on Rush was 55, now it's 60. Final call on Billy Idol. Hey, there's face value, Phil Collins, $19.99. Better pick that up. Steve Miller Band, Italian X-Rays, $19.99. And the Cars is $34.99. The Cars is $34.99. Heartbeat City. Joni Mitchell, Clouds. I was listening to some of her stuff last night. I listened to her first 3 albums. $19.99, which included that one. It's Only Rock and Roll, Waylon Jennings. That is sealed with hop sticker, $44.99. And this is really cool. Strange Brew, The Very Best of Cream, $34.99. That's one of probably in the first 10 or 20 records that I ever owned. The Very Best of Cream, Strange Brew, $34.99. Okay, Stephanie Harder, going back up to the top. So Steve Howe's at 60 on Rush. Everybody else is out. I'm now doing that twice, 3 times. Let me go ahead and sell Billy Idol. That is sold to Chuck Wilson for $45. $45 on that. Then we have Stephanie Harder on Phil Collins. Guy Goodman on Joni Mitchell, Clouds. And we have Fred Wink on Cream. Fred Wink on Cream. Final call on Rush. Steve Howe's at $60. Let me go ahead and introduce another auction. Over here, we've got a thing that was a non-payment. I use this in the hot picture. This is actually a non-payment. This goes, I think, all the way back to Kevin Cave of Rocks collection. That's how long we've been holding on to this. This guy was supposed to, I hadn't texted him in a long time. He bought a couple really expensive records, and he was going to come into town, and we was going to do some trading. And he's just had trouble getting off from work, and we just had to go ahead and cancel this. I think we've already sold one of the records. It was a Tesla, one of those Tesla mechanical resonance. And then this I held on to forever because this was a long time ago. Yeah, this was like 6 months ago. This is an OG from 1991. REM Out of Time. And plus, I hate canceling it because it sold at auction and it was not a cheap record. REM Out of Time. This is a 1991 pressing, $75 start. REM Out of Time. It is gorgeous. It is near mint. But yeah, I think that's from Kevin's collection, or it may go all the way back to the Knoxville Metal collection back in February, but I don't really remember. $75 start on that. That's a 1991 OG. Final call on Rush. Final call. Steve Howe's at $60. Nice copy of that. Eric Clapton, 461 Ocean Boulevard, $34.99. REM, we got a $75 bid, a $75 bid, a $75 bid, and an $85 bid. Eric Clapton, Money and Cigarettes. That's in shrink wrap of hop sticker, $34.99. Yes, Yesterday's, $19.99. And Eric Clapton. This is a RSO white label promo. It says collector's edition. That's weird. So a promo reissue, $39.99 for Eric Clapton. Rush is sold to Steve Howe for $60. Didn't see any other bids on that. And REM, high bid on this now is Chris Mikas at $90. And we have Eric Clapton. Fred Wink wants the Eric Clapton RSO. Yeah, that's a promo copy. Yeah, I just said that to John the other day. I was like, as big as Clapton is a seller, his records, he sold millions of records. So they're very, very common, but we always sell them. I mean, they're instant. They're not, by no means, tough to sell. It's Eric Clapton. Here's another one. Eric Clapton August. Now, that's a little bit later one we don't get as often. Eric Clapton August, it's $34.99. John Cougar, The Kid Inside, $19.99. John Cougar, The Kid Inside. The Resurgence of Dexter Gordon on Jazzland, $39.99. And Waylon and Company, that's also a sealed Waylon, $44.99. Brent Rabley's at $100 on the REM. Fred Wink wants the Eric Clapton August. Let me actually go grab something I was listening to last night. I have a feeling if we're on an Eric Clapton roll, somebody will buy this one. I'll show it randomly here just a second, so it's a little bit easier to come across. Also, I got something right here I meant to show. Yeah. I'll show that later. Okay, and I walked by this. I ordered more of these last night. I figured we had a lot of new people that didn't know we had these in stock. $28.99. This is new and sealed. AC/DC's The Razor's Edge. We have sold dozens and dozens of these because the OG is so difficult to find. First track is Thunderstruck. I've got 2 here, and I have more on the way that should be here by the end of the week. If you don't have this, and if you missed, when did this? Back in August, we went through an AC/DC blitz, and I sold hundreds of AC/DC albums over the last 2 weeks. So that is $28.99 on that. If anybody doesn't have one of those already, you might want to consider that. So you can claim those 2, and then I have more on the way. I figured I'd just go ahead and take a wait list since they're still in stock and I can get them. So if you want one of those, we'll have them here this year, or we'll have them here this week. Definitely this year. Dexter, next comment was after Fred's Eric Clapton was Dexter year. This is a reissue. Let's check the label. This is not a first press or this Burgundy Jazzland. Not a first press. That is like a reissue label on that, $39.99. REM was at 101, so Brent, you're out on that. REM out of time. This is a 1991 OG. And then Vernon Lehman on BS. Vernon, what was BS? And then Jen Baker and Tim Harper, first to the AC/DCs. So these 2 we can go ahead and tag, Jen Baker and Tim Harper. And then everybody else, now's your time. If you want on that waiting list, they'll be in this week. AC/DC's The Razor's Edge. That's $28.99. So we need to put Robert Johnson on that list, Stephanie Harder. Brent Rabley's at 105 on REM. Jimmy also on that wait list, Steve Howe and Greg Neal. Chris Micus is back in at 106 on that. So I think, some more AC/DCs to order. But yeah, those will be in sooner than they'll be in this week. Okay, this is really cool. Brent Rabley on RE. I think he's in the process of bidding. Did I want to keep this? Absolutely. It's like one of my favorite Metallica songs off my favorite album. Metallica, Harvester of Sorrow. Metallica, Harvester of Sorrow. This is an original 1988 UK 12-inch single. Let's take a look at it. I need a $35 start for it. Metallica, Harvester of Sorrow, UK press. The B-side is Bread Fan and The Prince. Bread Fan and The Prince. This is a $35 start. This is an OG 1988 UK 12-inch single. At that point, almost like an EP. So, Harvester of Sorrow, Metallica, $35 start on that. That is really cool. REM is at 115. Zach Kroll's at 115. Brent, you is at 107. Chris is at 108. And Chris Micus is at 50 on Metallica. So we got an REM and a Metallica up for bid. Next is, we've already showed Waylon. Helix, Long Way to Heaven, is $24.99. That's in shrink wrap. Urgent, what's that say? The punch hole cuts it off. Cast the First Shot. Urgent, 1999. Cast the First Shot. Buddy Holly, A Rock and Roll Collection, 1999. Kenny and Dolly, Once Upon a Time in Christmas, $24.99. That's a Kenny Rogers and Dolly Parton original Christmas album. Joe Cocker, Unchain My Heart, $24.99. John Cougar, I was about to say, this looks weird. It's a promo copy. John Cougar Mellencamp, Lonely Old Night, for promotional use only, not for sale. Lonely Old Night from the album Scarecrow, $14.99. This is a promo copy. This is a promo copy. All right, let me get everybody updated on our auctions. We got some heated bids going on. I still got Zach Kroll at 115 on REM. Zach is, never mind. Brent Rabley just came in 125. Brent Rabley's at 125 on REM, out of time. 125. Zach was at 115. 125 for Brent Rabley on that. It's a 1991 OG. And then the Metallica, I've got Chris Micas at $75. The Harvester of Sorrow, $75, Chris Micas. That is, without a doubt, the best Metallica single. It would be hard to argue, I guess. Vernon Lehman said, I'm sorry I was watching Fee from earlier. I forgot I wasn't watching live. Billy Squire waiting list. Vernon Lehman wants on the Billy Squire waiting list. I think Tanner's already got you. Okay, Carlene on KD. Carlene on Kenny and Dolly. And Brent Rabley wants the John Cougar Mellencamp promo. Sean's out on Metallica. So let's do a second going 3 times. REM out of time. 125 to Brent Rabley. Twice, 3 times. Chris Micas is at 75 on Metallica. Harvester of Sorrow. Going twice, going 3 times. The Cars, Candy O, $24.99. The Cars Door to Door. That's in shrink wrap. $34.99. The Cars Door to Door. The Chicago Sound Wilbur Ware Quintet. That is a Japanese pressing, actually. $39.99. No Obi. $39.99. $39.99. Zach's on REM. So about to sell REM. Final call. And I'm about to sell Metallica. Any OG Skid Row? None whatsoever. Albert King with Stevie Ray Vaughan. This is sealed. And not too long ago, we had these in stock. $29.99. Albert King with Stevie Ray Vaughan. Those are $29.99. I just got one of them. Jon Stewart in concert, $19.99. Barbra Streisand's Greatest Hits, $7.99. Albert King Livewire Blues Power. This is a 1987 pressing, $29.99. Albert King Livewire Blues Power, $29.99. Let's see here. Jimmy takes the Albert King. Tanner, make sure that one goes in for $29.99. Let's see. Chris is in on the REM. I was just about to sell that. Chris is at REM at 126. Brent, you're out. And this is the final call on the Metallica, $75. I'm about to sell that. Brent's out on REM. Guy Goodman on AK. Hold on a second. Yeah, Jimmy was first on that, $29.99. Brent Rabley was second. Chris is at 126 on REM. Final call on REM. I'll give that another statement or another second now, since that's got a new bid. And then what was AK? That must be something right here. It is Albert King. Guy Goodman was first on that. Albert King sold to Guy Goodman. Brent, you were second. Mike Cochran wants the Jon Stewart in concert. And Brent's out on REM. Final call on that. We can now sell Metallica. That's sold to Chris Micas for $75. The Harvester of Sorrow single. That is sold for $75. Here's the Clapton I was talking about earlier. Journeyman. It's actually a promo copy. I listened to this last night. $34.99. Eric Clapton, Journeyman. Barbra Streisand. I've already showed that. Emerson, the Christmas album. $24.99. Is this Keith Emerson? It certainly looks like him. Yeah. $24.99 on that. Fred Wink takes Eric Clapton, the Journeyman. That's sold to Fred Wink. Any Whitford St. Holmes. Hadn't seen any. Tony Bennett Berlin. Is that what that says? Yeah. $14.99 for Tony Bennett. Johnny Cash is Coming to Town. Contains the hits The Night Hank Williams Came to Town, 16 Tons, and others. That's a later album of his. $29.99. $29.99. That's a sealed copy. Intermodulation, Bill Evans and Jim Hall, $49.99. Bill Evans. Doobie Brothers, One Step Closer, $14.99. And the Doobie Brothers, what were once vices are now habits. That is $16.99. It includes the poster. Okay, REM is sold for $126. Chris came in. He bid $126 and he ended up getting it. REM is sold to Chris Micas for $126. I'll answer the questions and get the claims in 1 second. Let me get a couple new auctions rolling. When I first looked at this, I was like, this has to be a 180 gram repress, but it's not. This is and it's not a first press. Catalog number 16033. That's not a first press, but this is so nice. I mean, the cover, I mean, that ring wear right there, that's on the sleeve. You look at the cover, it's like, I was like, this can't be real, or it can't be original, but it is. AC/DC, Dirty Deeds, done dirt cheap. Extremely nice copy. $35 start on that. $35 start on that. AC/DC, Dirty Deeds, done dirt cheap. Okay, then the next comment is Chicago Sound, a white label promo. The Chicago Sound was a Japanese press. That's probably why the label looked a little different. No, it's not a white label promo. $39.99. It's Japanese quality. Extremely nice. That's $39.99. Tim Besaw was first to Johnny Cash. Tim Besaw was first to Johnny Cash. Keith Moyers was first to the Bill Evans. And Jeff McMaster was first to the Doobie Brothers. Jeff, you have dibs on Vices or One Step Closer. Jeff McMaster, your dibs on that. Mark Fallon, you're next if he passes on what were once Vices. Calvin Ward is at $45 on AC/DC. Bob bid $35. Larry bid $35. Jeff McMaster wants Vices, so Jeff ends up getting that. So One Step Closer is still available. And I've got, whom is this? This is Tony Bennett. I Want to Be Around. Tony Bennett is $9.99. And Waylon Jennings' Greatest Hits picture disc. Technically a promo copy. $39.99. Okay, Calvin Ward is at he's bidding on YouTube. I see some people on Facebook still bidding. You have to check, sometimes you got to check the screen, but because there's people bidding on YouTube as well. But I always let everybody know. AC/DC, Calvin Ward's at $45. The Bill Evans that just sold was Intermodulation. And let's see. And let's see here. Yeah, Tim Harper on Way. I was like, what is Way? That's Waylon Jennings. Let's go back through this bin one more time. As always, really good stuff. And in the very first bin, there was some good stuff left in that one too. I'm just going to read titles. If you want prices, let me know. We have Ray Charles, $19.99. Elton John, Rock of the Westies. Elton John, Breaking Hearts. REO Speedwagon. Yeah, we had Greg. Was it Greg Rogers? Yeah, Greg claimed an Elton John earlier, and we never did get a confirmation. I never did pull those. Greg, let me know if you want Captain Fantastic, Breaking Hearts, or Rock of the Westies. So let me know on that. Stephanie Harder is in on the AC/DC at $47. Stephanie Harder is in at $47. Let's see what else I've got available in here. I've got a Judas Priest. Let's take a look at it. Judas Priest, Sin After Sin. Extraordinarily nice. This is from the Memphis collection. Yep. Very, very nice. Judas Priest, Sin After Sin. I'll put that up for a $25 start. So AC/DC's up for bid, and so is Judas Priest. John Cougar Mellencamp, The Beach Boys, 20 Golden Greats, U2, The Unforgettable Fire, It's a Beautiful Day, Nazareth, Mr. Greg Rogers wants Captain Fantastic. That's sold to Greg Rogers. So, the two Elton Johns are still available, those two. We have two bids already on Judas Priest. Steve Miller Band, The Cars, Waylon, Eric Clapton, Yes, John Cougar, Dexter Gordon, Waylon, Helix, Urgent, Buddy Holly, Rock and Roll Collection, Joe Cocker, The Cars, Candy O still available, The Cars Door to Door, the Chicago Sound, Barbara Streisand's Greatest Hits, Keith Emerson Christmas Album, Tony Bennett, and the Doobie Brothers. Make sure I hadn't missed any claims. AC/DC 48, we pulled Captain Fantastic. Judas Priest 25-25. We now have a $50 bid on AC/DC, 26 on Judas Priest, 30 on Judas Priest, 30 on Judas Priest. Mike Cochran wants Steve Miller Band. Richard Bedford, the U2 Unforgettable Fire, $34.99. US OG, very clean. That's Richard Bedford's if you want it. Are there 2 Mellencamp's? Yes. John Cougar Mellencamp's. There are 2. There are the Kid Inside and Lonesome Jubilee. Those are both still available, and they're $19.99 each. That was the Brent Rabley. Rich Hopkins said Helix price. I think that was $24.99 in shrink wrap, Helix. Rich Hopkins, that's yours if you want it. Jason Billups, price on Candy-O from the Cars. Candy-O is $24.99. Also a nice copy. Jason, that's yours if you want it. Judas Priest is now at $45. Then we had a $35 bid. Are you getting the Mellencamp Scarecrow Half-Speed Masters? Yes, that comes out this week. Richard passes on U2. Randy's out on Judas Priest. Artist on Chicago Sound. Wilbur Ware Quintet featuring Johnny Griffin. AC/DC's at 52. Which AC/DC on auction? We have a copy of Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap that is near mint minus. High bid on that is Stephanie Harder, $52. $52 on that. So 52 on AC/DC with Stephanie, going once, going twice. Judas Priest is at 45 with Freddie Milford. That's going once, going twice. And U2 was asked about. He passed. Brent Rabley, there's 2 John Cougars in here. Those are yours if he wants them. And Helix is still available, and so is the Cars. Those were all asked about. And the Chicago Sound. Was there any other questions that I'm not seeing or maybe hadn't answered? If not, we're going to do a final call on the auctions. I'm going to grab a new crate. I'm going to make these very handy right here next to me in case anybody decides they want something. And we got lots of other good auctions to do tonight. Also, lots of really good crates, right, Tanner? Tanner said, oh, yeah. Let's see what's in this crate. Ooh. Ah. Should we auction Oingo Boingo? I feel like we should. We never get those albums. Man, I hate to sell that too. Can I shop out of this crate? Oh my gosh. Holy moly. Goodness gracious. Great crates of records. Instead of great balls of fire, it's goodness gracious, great crates of records. All right, what have I missed since I've been away? We have Woods Felix says he will take Candy-O and Helix. Woods Felix is in on the Candy-O and the Felix. I think some people asked about those, but I think they passed. So Woods, you get both of those. Chad Kerfoot, Helix is already sold. Fred, U2 is $34.99. Brent Rabley said, Kid Inside. John Cougar, the Kid Inside. Okay, we need to do a final call on these. I should have done that before I walked off. But Judas Priest is at 45, going 4 times. And AC/DC is at 52, going twice, going 3 times. And Fred said sold on U2. Yes, we definitely need to auction the Oingo Boingos. I pulled out several things, but I'll add them to the big growing pile of stuff we need to auction. I'm going to show a few records, and I'm going to end those. Marches of the Israel Defense Forces. Just recorded and released in Israel, 1967. $9.99. The Endless Summer soundtrack. The Sandals, World Pacific High Fidelity. Wow, $74.99. This must not be easy to come by. World Fidelity, World Pacific label. The Endless Summer, The Sandals. That's in shrink wrap, $74.99. The Beatles, 67 to 70. $49.99. The Beatles 67 to 70. Dusty Springfield Cameo, $24.99. Dusty Springfield, it's in cursive. I can't read cursive. I can, but I can't read it when it looks like that. It Begins Again. It takes you a while. Like, what is that supposed to say? Like, I saw it and again, but I mean, it could say, it looks like cleanest too, or I don't know. $29.99, Dusty Springfield. Okay, first, let's pull Chris Micus. He wants the Endless Summer. That's sold to Chris Micus. Fred Wink gets the Beatles comp, and these two auctions are sold. AC/DC is sold for $52 to Stephanie Harder, and Judas Priest is sold for $45 to Freddie Milford. Those are sold and sold. Wow, this is cool, because this is probably, I'd say if someone said, Chad, pick your favorite Judas Priest song, it would probably be this one, which is Living After Midnight. This is a 12-inch single from Judas Priest, Living After Midnight. It also has Delivering the Goods and Evil Fantasies. This is a Holland. Yeah, this is a Holland 12-inch single from Judas Priest, Living After Midnight, 3-track 12-inch single, plus 2 previously unreleased live tracks, Delivering the Goods and Evil Fantasies, recorded in Tokyo, Japan. That is a $20 start. Judas Priest, $20 start on that. $20 start on that. And I pulled this out, and it's too late. I've already put it in a hot post, but I don't think my copy of Thin Lizzy Fighting is this nice. I'm pretty positive it's not, which is not an easy Thin Lizzy album to come by. And if you're like me, all the Thin Lizzy stuff's good. Fighting My Way Back, Rosalie, which is a Bob Seger song, King's Vengeance. Really good stuff, Ballad of a Hard Man. Thin Lizzy Fighting, $35 start. $35 start. Thin Lizzy Fighting, $35 start. That is up for bid. That is a US OG. I'm pretty sure my copy is not that nice. Thin Lizzy is now up for bid. Brent Rabley, I'm going to keep everything sticker price right now. I'm going to go back through some of this stuff maybe late tonight, and we can talk bundles then. Everything right now is sticker price. Judas Priest 20, Judas Priest 20, Judas Priest 30, 30, 21, 25, and 30. So high bid on Judas Priest is with Grant Peltzer at 30 and Calvin Ward's at 35 on Thin Lizzy. Surlistic Pillow, Jefferson Airplane. This is $19.99. It's technically a repress, black RCA label. Best Buy reissue series, $19.99. Wayne Shorter, Schizophrenia. That is from 1973, $49.99. And Brenda and the Big Dudes, Weekend Special, $29.99. Missile Command, An Exciting Adventure Story. This is a kid stuff. I can tell we're getting into some stuff from Atlanta here. 1982, this is sealed. $59.99. 1982, this is sealed. $59.99. Speaking of Atlanta, I got to text this guy back. Let me pull up my text right quick. He's still sending me pictures of stuff. So I've bought not only records from him, but I hadn't really got to show y'all. I bought toys from him. I bought a Beatles collection of magazines and pictures. I bought a bunch of autographs from him. I bought a bunch of old board games. We got, I don't know, what do you describe that stuff, Tanner? Just pop culture nostalgia stuff? I mean, we got like a Michael Jackson pillow from the 80s. We got, I got some really good books from him, original magazines, lots and lots of Beatles stuff. So he's still sending me pictures of stuff. He's like, do you want to buy a ColecoVision? And I'm like, absolutely, I want to buy a ColecoVision. So we're going back to Atlanta tomorrow to buy some more stuff from him. He's got stuff everywhere. So, but yeah, we'll eventually start showing some of that stuff on here. Okay, let me get everybody updated on our auctions before I start pulling a couple records. It looks like Brent Rabley is $50 on Thin Lizzy. Yeah, Brent Rabley's at, excuse me, I have Judas Priest in my hand. Let me show Thin Lizzy. TL, 75. Thin Lizzy fighting. Brent Rabley's at 75 on that, going once, going twice. And Judas Priest, I have a high bid on JP. Let's see where we got to. 30. Do I see anything higher? 31, 35. I see 35. Yeah. 35 with Woods Felix. The Judas Priest Living After Midnight is at 35 with Woods Felix. That's going once, going twice. And Brent Rabley is at 75, and that's going once, going twice. Okay, then we had a claim. Andy Mitchell was first to the Wayne Shorter. Andy Mitchell was first on that. Mia Willis, you were a close second. Beatle stuff, yes. I mean, I got a lot of original magazines and photos, posters, a lot. In television. Was that a ColecoVision or in television? That was a, what was that? In television, yeah, not a ColecoVision, in television. Thank you, Greg. Let's see. Grant Peltzer's at 40 on Judas Priest. I think I already said 41, though, didn't I? No, I said 35. So, yeah, Grant Peltzer, you're at 40. So, 40 on that, new bid, and Thin Lizzy's at 75. That's now going twice, going 3 times. Okay, and that's what reminded me of the Intellivision was this here, because it's Atari. This looks just like a video game cover from the 80s. This is from 1982. It is sealed, $59.99. If no one buys that, I'm probably going to keep it. Miles Davis, Sketches of Spain. This is a 1960 6i, $74.99. Wow, pretty nice. It does have some scuffs on it. It's not dead mint, but that is a 6i stereo Sketches of Spain from 1960, $74.99. Calvin is in on the Thin Lizzy at 80. If that Intellivision has the Dungeons & Dragons cartridge, I'm interested. We got a lot of video games. We need to have a toy video game that's like some kind of night. I say that a lot, but we get all that stuff in and we sell it. I never have enough built up to actually promote a show. And Woods Felix is back in on Judas Priest at 50. Walt Disney, It's a Small World, $24.99. Walt Disney, It's a Small World. Bullet, Wilton Fedler, $49.99. Wow, is this the Bullet soundtrack? What's going on here? Or, no, this is Wilton Fedler, but I see the cars on the front. Isn't that a, whatchamacallit movie? Theme from Bullet, yeah, Steve McQueen. That's really cool, $49.99. Already sold to Adam Stein. Yeah, Bullet, $49.99. That's sold to Adam Stein. So, Thin Lizzy, 80. Judas Priest, 50. Thin Lizzy, 85. That's sold to Adam Stein. So, Thin Lizzy is now at 85 with Brent Rabley. That's going once, going twice. We have Woods Felix at 50.